Hi everyone, it gives me a great pleasure to discuss about the design procedure of this Chebyshev filter. So, the steps to be followed for Chebyshev filter is, the first step, you should know the input parameters. K1, K2, omega 1 and omega 2. So, the input parameters should be known. So, once if you know the input parameters, then you can design epsilon and n, the order of the filter. Epsilon is the minimum allowable deviation and n is the order of the filter. So by knowing the input parameters, K1 pass band ripple, K2 stop band ripple, omega 1 pass band edge frequency and omega 2 stop band edge frequency, by knowing all these input parameters and by calculating, you can find out the epsilon and the order of the filter. Say epsilon is found out by using the pass band ripple in XdB is equal to 10 log to the base 10 into 1 plus epsilon square. Using this formula, you can find out the minimum allowable deviation. The minimum allowable deviation is, if you draw the magnitude square response of a Chebyshev filter, this is called the minimum allowable deviation. Normally, this should be monotonic in stop band and it is different in pass band. So that is the special characteristics of this Chebyshev filter. Once if you know epsilon and finding the order of the filter, you can go to the next step. So the next step is, you have to design a butterworth filter. So normally we follow some steps procedure to design a butterworth filter. That has to be followed here, and that is called normalized. After that, you can find a normalized Chebyshev filter. So that is, if you know the order of the filter, suppose if the order of the filter is known and you have to plot the poles in the S plane. Say for example S0, S1, S2 and S3. Take the poles which are lying on the left hand side of the S plane. This is the S plane. And S0 and S1 is taken. And you have to frame these S0 and S2 as a H of S for a butterworth filter. What we have to do in a Chebyshev filter is, after finding this, you select the S0, S1 poles and multiply these S0 and S1, the real part alone, by tan HAK. Tan HAK. When AK is equal to 1 by N sin H inverse 1 by epsilon. So you take this S0 and S1 and multiply it as both real and imaginary part. Multiply the real part alone by tan HAK. So you will get S0 dash and S1 dash and join this. First you could have joined this. This is a circle. This is a butterworth circle. Then find S1 dash, S0 dash and S1 dash and join this, you will get a normalized Chebyshev filter. And this is called as the ellipse of Chebyshev filter. This is very, very important. By knowing the ellipse of the filter, you can draw a radius with this diameter, that is called Chebyshev ellipse. Sorry, radius. Chebyshev radius. And after that, this is called a normalized Chebyshev filter. So this is S0, this is S0 and S1 is selected. This is S0 dash and S1 dash. Now multiply these S0 dash and S1 dash by cos HAK. Both the real parts and imaginary parts by cos HAK. It will become a denormalized Chebyshev filter. Denormalized Chebyshev filter. Once you multiply both the real part and imaginary part, you will get a filter outside this Butterworth filter, that is called S0 double dash and S1 double dash. Join this. And this is called denormalized Butterworth, Chebyshev filter. Now take this S0 double dash and S1 double dash and form H of S. That is your transfer function of the Chebyshev filter. And these analog filters can be converted into digital filter H of S to H of Z using impulsive varying method, using matched result transform method, using mapping of differential method, using bilinear transformation method, and so on. This is the best filter which gives a monotonic in stop band. That is why this is very famous. And here the peak side lobe, the maximum number of errors in the peak side lobes will be reduced by using this minimum allowable deviation epsilon. Thank you.